Welcome to class 4 social studies. So today's topic is the northern plains. We are already discussing about the northern plains. Okay, so here today our topic we are going to see the great river basin. Okay, so in India so many rivers are flowing. So we are going to see the three important river basins. Okay, where and all it flows and how it is helpful for us. Okay, so first we will learn the meaning for the word basin. So the basin is the area through which the river flows. So children, you could have observed in maps. See here, you could have observed in maps, these blue color lines are your rivers. Okay, so it travels a path in one direction, it will start flowing. Okay, the land which covers the river's path, that is called your river basin. Okay, so here basin, the area through which river flows, or you can tell it as area watered by a river and its tributaries. Okay, area watered by a river and its tributaries. So children, already I have told you what is meant by tributaries. Okay, see, a river is flowing like this. So the small rivers go and contribute to the main river. Okay, they will go and contribute. So these are all called tributaries. These rivers are called tributaries. Okay, they go and join with the main river. Tributaries, they contribute the water to the main river. Now we are going to see the three basins. First one is the Sutlej basin, is it in the west, and then Ganga basin, is it in the center, and Brahmaputra basin is in the east. Okay, so I will show you in the map, children. So the Sutlej river flows over here. You can see Sutlej river. So it is in the western part, and then the Ganga flows in the central part of the northern plains, and Brahmaputra in the east. Okay, Brahmaputra in the east. So individually we are going to see about these three basins, children. So the first one is your Sutlej basin. So as I told you, it is in the westernmost place. Then it originates in Tibet. Okay, the Sutlej basin, same way like Ganga, Brahmaputra, it originates in Tibet like this. Okay, so and flows over like this, Sutlej. Okay, towards the western side it starts flowing, originates in Tibet and it starts flowing. Okay, then river Sutlej and its tributaries and river Beas. Okay, so the main contributor to the Sutlej is river Beas. They all join together. Okay, and they flow through Punjab and Haryana over here. Okay, Punjab and Haryana and join the river Indus in Pakistan. Okay, so above only Sutlej, above only you have the Indus river, children. So it flows and joins over the river Indus. See, you can see over here Indus in Pakistan. Okay, so we can tell this as these rivers flow through Punjab and Haryana. It is a boon to Punjab people. They get so much of water. The land is very fertile because the river water bring. In the last lesson also we have seen soil, clay, rocks, minerals. Okay, silt. So it gives a fertile land to the Punjab people. Actually, nearly 5 rivers are flowing through, main rivers are flowing through Punjab. The Punjab is called as land of 5 rivers. Okay, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Sutlej, Beas, like this. 5 rivers are flowing through Punjab. And a big dam is also being built over there. That is your Bakra Nangal Dam. Okay, this is very, very important, children. A GK question also. So which dam is built in Punjab means it is Bakra Nangal Dam. It is built over the river Sutlej. Then as the river water is there, it can be used for irrigation. Irrigation means what? It can be used for agricultural purpose and for drinking purpose. Okay, that is irrigation, and to produce electricity. Okay, and to produce electricity also this river river water is used. Then what are the crops grown in Punjab is mainly is rice, wheat, maize and sugarcane. These 4 crops are the main crops in Punjab. Okay children, then we will move to Ganga basin. Okay, the Ganga basin, it flows in the central part of the central part of the northern plains. Okay, it originates from the Gangotri glacier. Same, the Tibet area is there, no? There only it flows through Uttarakhand, UP and West Bengal. Okay, the river Ganga flows through Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. Okay, the main tributaries of Ganga are Yamuna, Gagra, Kosi, Gandar, Gomati, Chambal and Son. So these many rivers contribute to the Ganga. Okay, so Ganga is a very big river. So you can take your map and see, children, here. So the Ganga river has got many tributaries to it and it flows up to here and joins in the Bay of Bengal. Okay, now Ganga meets Yamuna at the place called Sangam, okay, in Allahabad. This word place is not there. Okay, so Ganga meets Yamuna, Saraswati also is a mythical river. Okay, at Allahabad. Okay, this is not given in the book. They meet at Allahabad. Okay, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati meet at Sangam. Okay, then you have the okay, what happens? This Ganga river, as it flows through Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, and the Ganga river here divides into 2 children. Okay, divides into 2. One is Padma river and one more it becomes a distributary. Okay, that is Hooghly river. Okay, one is Padma river. The Padma river enters Bangladesh. Okay, Padma river enters Bangladesh, whereas the Hooghly river separates out. Okay, Hooghly river, it flows through West Bengal. Okay, so this one, okay, one is flows through the Hooghly. The Hooghly is a distributary, not a tributary. Distributary means it separates out from the Ganga. Okay, distributary. Okay, one is Padma river which enters Bangladesh and another one is Hooghly river which forms the distributary of Ganga, and the Ganga plains is called as food bowl of India. Food bowl of India. Okay, food bowl of India. So the Ganga is like for many people living around the Ganga basin. Okay, here mainly rice, wheat, jute, okay, sugarcane. These are the main crops which are grown in the Ganga plains, northern plains, children. Okay, so learn about Sutlej basin and Ganga basin. Okay children, so this one more basin we will see in the next class, that is Brahmaputra basin. We will see in the next class, children. Thank you.